Hi and welcome to the next part of the Unity inventory tutorial, in which we will implement the feature to pick up items on pressing a key. So a panel will pop up and you can press F to collect the item. The first thing that I will do is to select the canvas and add a UI panel. Then I scale it and define a gray background color. Then I call this message panel and anchor it to the bottom. Okay, this is how it will look like in the game. Pretty nice. But of course our message panel needs a text, so I will select it, add a UI text component and set the color to white. Then I center it and set the default text to press F to pick up. Alright, but the message panel shouldn't be visible on startup, so I deactivate it by default. The message panel is a child of the HUD, so the HUD script will be responsible for opening and closing the message panel. So let's open the script and implement these methods: open and close message panel. To be able to refer to the message panel, for activating and deactivating it, we need a public member variable of type GameObject. We will assign this later on in the editor. In the method openMessagePanel, I set this GameObject to active, and in the closeMessagePanel I deactivate it. Okay, in the Unity editor I make some changes to the player. I add a rigid body and set it to kinematic, and also a box collider that I define as trigger. The rigid body I need to get a callback when the player's trigger is colliding with the collider of an item. The idea is to pop up the message panel when the trigger of the player is entering the collider of an item, and to close it on exit. So let's open the player script, add a reference to the HUD script so that we can call our new methods open and close message panel on trigger enter or exit. Currently the pickup logic is implemented in the controller collider hit method, but I will implement on trigger enter and move this logic to this new method. But I won't pick up the item immediately. I will open the message panel, store the item that we are about to pick up in a new private member variable, and when the user is pressing the F key, then we will actually pick up the item. Okay, so here in the onTriggerEnter I check if the collider is an inventory item, and if this is the case I open the message panel. In onTriggerExit I close the message panel. Okay, so let's test this in the game. Here the panel pops up when I enter the trigger, and when I leave it, it is closed. The next step is to store the item that I'm about to pick up in onTriggerEnter, and in onTriggerExit I would set it to null again. In the update method I check if the user presses the F key, and if there is an item that we could pick up, I add the item to the inventory. After picking up the item, I close the message panel again, and I think that's it and it should work. Okay, here's the panel, I press F, it is picked up, then I use it, And now let's pick up the gem. This also works. Really nice. Now I drop the axe by pressing the R key, and then I pick it up again. So guys, I'm quite happy with the result, and if you like this tutorial and my channel, then don't forget to subscribe. The next part will follow soon. Thanks a lot for watching, thanks for your support, and stay tuned for the next game dev tutorial on JNM.